Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations. Much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Chaya Napash coming at you with another lesson. And this lesson is going to be entitled, Jake Culture Pushes Trash and Suppresses Sophistication. Something along those lines. But Jake Culture Pushes Trash is the main title of this lesson. And the fact of the matter is, this is by design, right? This is not something that is, by accident, right? The powers that be that are over these different industries, they made sure that this was the dominant image and culture that was pushed among so-called black people. Okay, this was the dominant culture that was pushed by design. And you see here, I have this trash, Megan Thee Stallion, right? And a stallion is a male horse, by the way. This degenerate, all she's known for is being a thought, praising being a thought, twerking every time she gets on camera. Even here, all she's doing it's just a random videos. Every video I see that she has, all she does is turn around and twerk on the videos. This is trash. And this is what is being promoted and being made an idol amongst these young girls. Right? So what happens to them? They become trash. And they don't just become trash. They aspire to be trash. And we're going to look up the word trashy, the definition of trashy, in a second. And then when you go to the men's side, you got these rappers, these YNs with dreadlocks, and they promote gang life, they promote drug dealing, they promote everything wicked. They promote sleeping with each other's women, they promote wickedness, walking with their pants sagging, shiesties on in the summertime. Okay, this is trash. This is trash, man. And it's just a random rapper I pulled up. Okay? But this is the trash that's being pushed out there, man. The mindset of Jake. Okay? And this is what these young Jakes aspire to be like. Chasing women all over, chasing hoes. Not real women, just hoes. You see? So I'm going to look up the definition of the word trashy. And then we're going to get into the scriptures. The word trashy, worthless. Okay? Since the early 17th century, trashy has been used to mean worthless or resembling trash. Use this adjective for gaudy or flashy things like trashy costume jewelry. And hey, man, hey. You understand? A lot of these chains be fake. Jake wears chains because he's Jake likes jewelry. You know what I'm saying? It's in Jake's blood to like jewelry, but Jake's whole mindset is Jake will take everything that he got, his last dollar, to buy a chain, to buy a watch, so he can say he has the watch, but he's broke. Like trashy costume jewelry or things with no perceived value, like a trashy novel or movie. Now, another thing with Jake is they'll get these watches, right? Like a Rolex, which is supposed to appreciate in value. These top level watches, Audemars, Rolex, APs. And they'll do something called icing it out. They'll ice it out. When you ice out or flood a watch, meaning putting all kind of diamonds in it that are not factory diamonds, that watch seriously decreases in value, which shows the lack of wisdom, the foolishness of Jake. And then when they have to resell it, no one really wants to buy it because they done took away the value by flooding it with all those diamonds. Okay, that's not wise, So, because a watch is an investment, these high-level watches. This is trashy. It says being resembling or containing trash or inferior quality. When you look at these women in the society, the community, they're of very low quality, poor quality. Even the ones you think are high quality amongst them are poor quality. They're not set up to serve a man. Matter of fact, even the ones that try to be somewhat decent, it's still a shame to them to serve their man. A lot of them, they gotta fight. They have to explain. When I say fight, I mean they have to explain themselves why they're cooking and cleaning for their man. So they're not really doing it with pride, and you know what I mean? When you go to these other cultures, they actually do these things, taking care, serving their man, rubbing his feet. They do that with pride. And they're not worried about, oh, does he have 6 figures? No, they do it with pride. And that's uplifted amongst their community. The exact opposite is being pushed amongst Jake. I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still got that ring. That the exact opposite is pushed amongst Jake. Especially amongst Judah. Okay? This is so, and Benjamin, man. Benjamin the Levites, this is hey, first of all, they follow after Judah. But reggae used to be positive. Reggae used to have a positive vibration to it. It used to be speaking about the downfall of Babylon and righteousness and they'll quote Psalms and all of the songs. But now, if you listen to the Benjamite movie, that's complete garbage, man. Oh my goodness. I mean, they're rivaling with Judah. They have one song called "A Dick in a Throat," talking about deep throat, and it's like, what the hell? What's going on here, bro? What's up with what? But you see, this is what's being promoted. The trash is being uplifted. You even got Jake's promoting witchcraft now on these reggae tracks, these dancehall tracks. So the trash is being pushed to the forefront as good, while the righteousness is being pushed to the back as boring. How do you say boring? Boring, not innovative. Whatever names you want to put on it, it's just not being exalted. It's being looked down upon amongst Jake. Okay, so this is Psalm 62:1. It says, "Truly, my soul waiteth upon the Most High. From him cometh my salvation." Yeah, we got to be saved from this decrepit state. Okay. Excuse me. I wanted to go to 4. 4 is the point. It says, "They only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly." Salah. Yeah, that's these Edomites, these Amalekite execs, and these guys that control these industries. They'll act like they're cool with Jake. Oh yeah, we'll give you some money, this, that, and the third. But they're giving you that so that you can push this wickedness amongst your people. See, Esau, he understands the major effects of this. He understands that you are the people of the Lord too, especially at the top. They understand that. And what they want to do is they want to make sure that you lose that connection to the Heavenly Father. That's their whole thing, right? To cast you down from that excellency, right? Because Jake wasn't always trashy like this as a culture. You always had trash amongst people. That was always there. But for it to be promoted as what's cool and what's glorified, this is something that Esau has pushed. This is Psalm 64 and verse 2. It says, "Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrections of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not." And so these things were all set up in meetings. They knew exactly what they were doing when they built the prison industrial complex. They knew exactly what they were doing when they pushed these ideologies through the movies and the music. This was not by accident. This was by design. Okay? And Jake doesn't see it, but the prophets see it. And there's certain Jakes that are starting to see it now. So the bottom line is you're under the wicked, and until you're outside of the grips of the wicked, this YN bad B culture is not going to leave. Okay, we need Yahweh Shai to come and take this system down completely. All right? We need Yahweh Shai to come and take this system down completely at the end of the day. Because Jake is just getting worse. Right? So the Lord is looking for the best out of the worst. You know, he's looking for the best out of the worst. And he's also exposing Esau's hand in these things. You know, so with that, Lord, this was edifying to the elect, and I'll say shalom. Just a quick video.